Alder NHS Children's Foundation Trust is one of Europe's biggest and busiest providers of children's health care, treating more than 450,000 children and young people every year who present with a range of difficulties from the common to the complex, and we see them in hospital and community settings. We employ 4,500 staff who provide outstanding care to these children and young people. But caring can come at a cost, and this can be felt more acutely when it's added to the stresses and strains of everyday life. And this is shown in our healthcare workforce, in rising rates of mental health difficulties, rising rates of burnout, work-related stress. So providing effective evidence-based support for staff has never been more critical. Our approach to supporting staff at Alder is our Staff Advice and Liaison Service, SALS, and it emerged through a period of adversity in our organisation when we as staff found ourselves asking, where do I go if I don't know what I need? Where do I go if I need help now and I can't afford to wait? Where do I go if I'm struggling with things at work and at home? And our organisation at the same time were asking, how is it we can understand what staff actually need? So SALS was launched in January 2020 based on the principles of community-based early intervention and harnessing the power of peer support. It provides a one-stop, one-door, easy access, responsive, human-centric service to all staff at Alder.
SALS is a service for all of our staff across the organisation, including those who might not have a permanent contract here, so we support our volunteers, our junior doctors, NHS staff.
And we're here to listen and understand what brought somebody to SALS, and together make sense of their experience so that they feel more informed about what they're feeling and why.
So we work within the Trust to connect with others and help people understand that we're stronger together. We do this by working with our SALS pals, who are wellbeing champions across the Trust.
So sometimes for our staff, we might signpost them to somewhere else in the organisation or maybe to an external service. But what our promise to our staff is that we will stay by their side. We will make sure that they're doing well and that the support that we've identified with them and for them is the right kind of support.
And together, making sense of that experience can help them feel less alone, but also like it's okay not to be okay. Normalising that distress can help to reduce shame, challenge any stigma, but also build hope through the process that things will get better and that they're not on their own.
We've now got over 100 wellbeing champions, and they work within their local areas and connect with their peers, offering a listening ear and compassion in action. And we feel that it really helps to minimise distress and maximise trust within the organisation.
And what we know is that if we can give someone a positive experience of help seeking, they'll pass that on to their colleagues. And we've seen nearly 40% of the organisation here at Alder.
What's really important for us is for our staff to know that they're never alone.
And in our experience, a little can go a long way, in that we don't meet people many times, but that the experience we give them has a lasting impact, and that they ultimately feel grateful that they've come because they've got something at the right time that's tailored to them.
And it's been running now since January 2020, and we've had more than 12,000 contacts to the service, and we've seen a range of incredible impacts, from decreased rates of absence due to mental health. We've seen less stigma in the organisation associated with seeking help. We've seen better rates of staff engagement, and we're now developing the model so that we can offer it to other organisations so they can benefit too.
It's been a real privilege, I would say, to see the SALS service grow and develop here in the organisation. It's been a fantastic resource for our colleagues. It's seen, I think, as a lifeline for those who use our services and very much a safety net for those that don't. The evidence of the impact of the service is clear. Over half of our colleagues have used the service here at Alder, which I think is an incredible statistic. But not only that, we've had a 20% increase in the number of our colleagues here who would recommend Alder as a place to work. Beyond the statistics though, this is a huge source of rich evidence and information for us as leaders in the organisation. We have learned so much, we're able to take the pulse of the organisation. It's a real test of our cultural journey, and it also holds the mirror up when we're not getting things right. So I would say it's created a real sense of continuous improvement. This service is getting a lot of recognition, so this isn't just our own reflections. The Health Service Journal Award and the recent International Health Foundation Award as well has actually put the service on the global map, and it really shows that this is being recognised across all sorts of sectors. And we believe now that this is a service that's matured to a point where it could be scaled up and to the benefit of organisations across the world.
I was struggling with work. I'd recently got a promotion. I felt under a lot of pressure, and probably putting myself under a lot of pressure because I wanted to do well and I wanted to impress. And I remember coming in here, I remember meeting with you first of all and getting a bit upset about it because I had a bit of pride around things and I didn't know who to talk to, and I wasn't talking, but I wasn't sleeping very well, I wasn't eating very well, I was working really, really long hours. And I remember coming into here and I had the first session and there was a sense of like calm. It kind of allows me to breathe now sitting here, because you come out of the hospital, you come into a quiet, nice environment. And I was sitting here and you've got a picture on the wall there, and my mind was like that. It was like chaos really, because I was trying to do so much and I was trying to do so well and I was trying my hardest, it upsets me a bit, and I couldn't do it, and I couldn't understand why I couldn't do it really. So I went on like a little journey with Sal's, looking at what was affecting me, what could support me, and it really kind of gave me a route through it, to be honest, and it certainly kept me in work.
In 2019, when I was diagnosed with cancer and was a patient myself, my world came apart. After the sickness, I came back when it was the COVID seasons. Working in PPE and the goggles just put me down. I just couldn't cope with it. I was smiling and people could see the smile, but I knew that something wasn't right within me. I didn't know where to ask help from, and I didn't think from my cultural experience it would be good to seek that kind of help because it would feel that I'm weak. I then came across the wonderful SALS team. I attended the teaching from the SALS, and I am now the SALS PAL member. I now encourage others to be able to open themselves freely, knowing that there is a listening member without judging them, without coming to an answer to their problem. It is just listening ears. And for me to be able to be that listening ear for them has provided comfort not only to me but also for them. I understood it is important to know it's okay not to be okay.
To access SALS is really easy. There's no waiting list, there's no massive criteria, you don't have lots of forms to fill in. You can drop in and see us, we're up on the mezzanine. Staff can phone us and ask for an appointment, or they can email us. And we want everyone to know in Alder that it's absolutely okay not to be okay, and we're here for them, and we just want to help them get to the place where they want to be.